Hello, everyone. You are now watching Talk with Shauna right here on the Fired Up Network, Female Empowerment Movement. I am very excited today to have an amazing guest on the show. She is a singer-songwriter. Her name is Sophia Jelani. I hope I'm saying that right. Is it
You
Jelani?
are.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. And she is on Mic Records, and I am very happy to have her on the show today. So welcome to the show, Sophia.
A pleasure to be here.
You are beautiful, by the way.
Oh,
Just wanted
thank
to let
you.
you know
too.
that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so to first start off with the show, I just want to know, how has your week been going? How are you feeling today?
You know what? I'm feeling amazing. There's loads of sun over in Surrey. So, I just, writing in the sun, very calming, good before I go back to school and all that.
Beautiful. I know the weather has been so nice lately, and I hope that it continues to be that way.
Yes, love it. Summer's literally my favorite season. So,
I know, me too. I love it. It makes everyone happier for some reason, doesn't it?
I know. Well, it is much better than dark skies, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, the first question I'm going to ask you is this. I'd like to let the viewers know a little bit more about you and about your backstory. So, where are you from originally, and where are you currently located?
Well, right now I'm in Surrey, but I I was born and raised in London.
Beautiful. And when did you make the move? Like, at what age did you move?
Oh gosh, we did it during the pandemic, so early 2021.
Oh, okay, beautiful. So that's a bit of a new move for you, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty recent. Very cool. Okay, so I want to know something. When did you first get involved in the music industry? Was there something that specifically inspired you to get into the music industry?
Well, it originally started out with me just singing from a completely young age, and then now I started with the knowledge of my dad, because my dad was previously in the music industry. So when it came to it, I was just asking him for advice every step of the way. I think the moment where I realized when I wanted to join the music industry is when I realized that I wanted to start sharing my own messages and what I have to say. I mean, it started out me just doing covers and big musical theatre fan, so a lot of musical theatre. But I realized when I started writing my own songs that this is something that I actually wanted to do. And that's how my first single, Ain't a Game, was made. And now here with Monster.
Beautiful. I love that. Musical theater. I'm a big fan of it too. It's a great place to start anyways. I'll tell you that, right?
Definitely. I mean, it establishes those performative roots immediately,
Yeah.
Theatre kids, we're a little extra.
What did you do? What musical did you do? Did you start out with?
Oh gosh, I've done a few, but I'd have to say my highlights were I did Hamilton at one point. Oh, that was so much fun. That was my first ever one. That got me addicted.
That is an amazing one to be in, for sure.
Yeah. At one point we did an Olivier Awards tribute, and I sang as in Evita, Don't Cry for Me Argentina. Oh. That was gosh, such a bold role. I loved it. I loved the faith they had, putting me in that role, and it was an amazing experience. And Hairspray, it's just so fun and energetic, and the choreography is oh my God. So
jealous. Hairspray is a great musical. I love that. That's great. Amazing. Definitely. Amazing. So, would you have a favorite musical out of those? I mean,
definitely Hamilton, because I'm obsessed with the whole rap singy kind of thing. The whole musical is just singing, so it's just they try to incorporate like dance moves and talkative conversations, but in music. I find it so creative and just so experimental, which is just
it is a great musical. It is. I mean, it's unstoppable.
Insane.
Right? Well, that's cool. So you're saying though, so that inspired you to get into the music industry, would you say, starting off in musical theater, or did you have any other inspirations?
I wanted to just create an identity for myself in the music industry, and I realized that for myself that would be actually becoming Sophia Jelani and releasing my own songs and everything that's come along with releasing songs, apart from just writing and recording, shooting music videos and doing interviews. Like, that's all part of the fun, which I also enjoy. So I think when I started it, I didn't like fully realize like now how like all the opportunities that come in the music industry. And it's just, I'm happy that I started like now.
Yes, well, we're definitely happy you started too, because your music is amazing. It really is.
Thank you.
I've listened to it. You are just such a gift. And also, you said your father was in the music industry as well. That's a really great thing too. Like, I can just imagine how that influenced you as well. To have someone to look up to as well, to guide you through, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, so I'm assuming then, since your father was in the business, that you grew up in a very musical family?
Oh, yes, definitely. Since obviously he was a musician himself, like he literally had a conservatory full of instruments. So I was basically raised like guitar on one end and like a grand piano on the other. And, there was always this space to just be creative. And, at the time he was doing music and now he's like supporting me full on. Like, he always gave me such good advice and is giving me such good advice when in the music industry, like, stay true to yourself. And even in the studio when I'm recording, he's always there, like, cheering me on, giving me advice, feedback, which I treasure greatly. But yeah, definitely, when it comes to it, I was raised in like a very musical family.
I love that. That does make a huge difference too, to feel like you have that space, right? That you could be creative in. Is he a singer as well? Or I know you said he has a ton of instruments there.
Yeah, he's a guitarist, but I think the music he released was very like rock, kind of, very much pop, but experimental in general. He DJ'd for a bit as well.
Oh, I love that. What a great combo you two make. That's amazing. Now, your music, I love your music, by the way. I listen to it a lot, and it's very creative and beautiful. Do you write your own music?
I do. Everything.
Gotta love that, girl. That's a great thing to have under your belt too. So everything that you've released up until now, would you say that you've written yourself?
Yeah, it's all original material by just me, because I knew that when it came to it, like especially for what I wanted to produce, everything I wanted to sing live and also just have people hear, I wanted it to be from my imagination, from my, like, literally it's all just like emotions, memories, ideas, inspiration throughout the day, and it becomes like words in my notes app, and then from there it becomes a song. But like it's I wanted it to be all me. I didn't really want to be like influenced. I want it to be authentic, raw, true to myself.
I love that. And it's a smart move to write your own music too, I'll just tell you. That's a great thing. You know what, I'm a singer-songwriter as well. We should do something. We are on the same label. Maybe we could do something together, a really powerful song together.
I bet we can.
We'll have to talk after the interview. How about that? Great. Now, did you attend school for music? And if so, where did you study if you did?
I didn't necessarily attend a school for music, but in the school that I was like now as well, I have finished my GCSE in performing arts, which is insane. A lot of work went into that, but that was mainly like performing arts. It was, again, theatre, so very much singing, dancing, acting, script writing. But I did a slight bit of a music GCSE as well, which definitely kind of taught me about like the basics of singing and kind of what I can like do with my voice and my vocal range. But it's mainly just been like exploring myself like throughout this process, this journey, which kind of has given me like I've improved from my first single.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like the school of life of music, which can teach you so many things too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. I wasn't sure if you had attended anywhere. I just wanted to ask you that. There's so many different ways of being creative and learning, right? So, what would you say your particular style of music is? Where would you put your style category? Would you put it into? Do you think?
I have to say, definitely pop and R&B, and sometimes some jazz, but definitely leaning on the pop. I love putting like harmonies in my song and making it very like flowy and ethereal and fun to listen to. But right now, I'm literally open to anything. I do want to do more collaborations, and I do want to explore new genres of music, and just see where that takes me.
Amazing. Well, you have my brain just reeling now of ideas that we can collaborate on. Your voice is so amazing, and I just think you're great. I think everybody should check out your stuff. Now, how do you feel? I know you said you moved during COVID. How did you find? Thank goodness it's over. First of all, how did you feel that COVID affected the music industry? Did you find it had a big effect on you?
I think it was like a double-sided coin. I found it quite bittersweet because on one hand, COVID limited artists from performing live and interacting with their fans. But on the other hand, it gave me especially a lot of space and time to write, to reflect on what's happened already, to kind of process what I'm going through right now at this very moment. It gave us the time to do loads of things like move and, release. And the singles that I'm releasing now, especially I'm releasing an EP in June. It just it gave me so much freedom to do so. It gave me the time to focus on my music. And I was just recording constantly when it came to the pandemic. I was always in the studio because when you can't perform, you just want to make more. So now that we have summer and everyone's really happy to see all these new shows and everything, they're excited for new music. I just feel like COVID's done. It's obviously it's COVID, but it's also done its part in making the songs that we listen to today.
Absolutely. So it's good and it's bad. There's a good part there and there's a bad part there. So at least you got some good stuff out of it, right? That's always
definitely.
You mentioned your EP. What is the name of your EP that's coming out?
It's still in the work right now, so I haven't an exact title, but I think it'll be released soon, the title anyway.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to divulge that yet. I was just a bit curious because I didn't know the name yet. I will keep asking you until it comes. How about that? I am wondering, after hearing all of this information about you, do you have a favorite artist?
Oh gosh. I listen to a very wide range of music, but I have to say right now, I'm loving Ava Max. I'm loving Emlyn. I'm loving Upsall and definitely Charlie Puth. They're quite different genres, but I love how they represent their own experiences in their lyrics and stuff. And especially Ava Max right now with her new album, it's very much a new kind of pop spin, which I think everyone kind of needed. So
I'm a big fan of Ava Max as well. So is my daughter. She loves it too. We love it. We sing in the car all the time. So what advice would you give to someone interested in getting into the music industry?
I'd have to say start slow. Don't have exceedingly high expectations when it comes to, obviously dream big, but don't come into it having a certain goal that you feel like you need to accomplish. Stay true to yourself. Write as much as you can. Honestly, it helps in the long run. And just take your time when it comes to making your music, because at the end of the day, whatever you produce, it's your name. It's no one else can do it like you can. And when it comes to it, it is you, in a sense, your presence in the music industry. So take your time with it. Don't rush.
Definitely. That's great advice. So what would you say, I know this is going to be hard because there's a lot of great things in the music industry, but what would you say is one of your favorite things about the music industry?
I'd have to say definitely the diversity and the amount of artists in the music industry. I feel like there are so many different types of music nowadays that you could collaborate on a completely different genre and you guys could just work together. And I feel like that teamwork, that working together to create something amazing would just, I don't know, it really it makes my heart feel so much lighter. I don't know. I like hearing a wide range of things, and I like how people express themselves. And there's so many different ways that people do express themselves, and there's so much inspiration that you could take. And I feel like the standard of the music industry is just slowly increasing by how much talent we have. and it feels just so like just amazing to add to it.
Definitely. Well, you are most definitely a great addition, so we're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And I mean that. What would you say is the worst part about the music industry? I know that's kind of a hard thing, but
Yeah.
what would you say are the hardest maybe or worst part of music industry?
I feel like writer's block is a horrible thing to have. I don't. It seems generic, but I feel like that moment in time when you're just stumped and you feel like you need to release music, which is one of the things that I feel like us as artists shouldn't feel pressured. We shouldn't feel pressured to make music. We should do it because we have the motivation, the inspiration to create and release music. But I'd have to say, writer's block when you're trying to express something is horrible. But other than that, like right now I'm just working, and I just kind of any like casualties or like I don't know. It's just I don't personally feel a massive obstacle in the music industry. Maybe writer's block, but if we can get over it with the next new inspiration.
Yes, definitely, for sure. I know you said your EP is coming out, so would you say that is your next project that's coming up? Do you have any other projects you want to talk about?
Yeah. Before that June EP, I'm releasing a single called LED. Very excited for that. It's coming with its own music video, which is going to be insane. I love it so much. It's going to be on the EP, but I just wanted to release it as a single because I wanted everyone to kind of see it. It's going to be released on all streaming platforms, which will be amazing. For then later on, it'll be the June EP, which has like lyric videos, and it has just been compiling the music that I've been recording since the pandemic, which has been amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm still working on music now that won't be in the June EP. There's constantly new songs being recorded, and definitely in the summer there's going to be a lot more shows, maybe internationally, but definitely all around the UK, which will be amazing. But yeah.
So happy to hear that. Sounds like you've got a lot of great things happening. You recently released your single Monster, which I'm a big fan of, by the way, and everyone should go and check everything out that she's been talking about. Check out Monster. When exactly did that come out? The Monster?
That came out near the beginning of May, end of April. And that was so fun. I loved it so much. There was a music video that came with it, and I think that one was mainly like a very bold but also like horror element. There's a storyline to it and everything. I think it was about like, for me, Monster was about like releasing this alter ego of me, and I found that really like fun, just kind of delving into my like gory, scary roots. But the music that I'm releasing now is much more like summery, upbeat. Yeah.
Definitely. You're very multifaceted talent. You're bringing out a lot of different things to the table with your music, which is great. Yeah. So basically you did touch on what your inspiration was behind that song, right? In terms of doing that. Yeah. Now you write your music. Who produces your music? Just out of curiosity.
Pardon?
Who is the producer behind the music?
Oh, I have to say that in terms of producing, it's me, my dad, and definitely like a team of people that I know. Especially Paul, he's like helping me work on a few songs right now. But it's just a wide range of producers right now. I like I said, I like experimenting and delving into new genres, and that kind of involves having different producers and kind of just seeing the spins that they can put on my music. But I mainly as well. I mainly take quite a dominant approach when it comes to my music, because I like how I critique it, see how it sounds, with my dad's feedback, of course. But yeah.
Very cool. I like that. Very nice. And if any of the viewers watching don't know, Sophia's on Mikan Records, which is the same record label that I'm on, with Paul Napash as the CEO. So when we're talking about Paul, that's who we're talking about.
Yeah.
And everybody go check out her material. I highly recommend it to everyone. I've watched the video as well, and it's really great. It's amazingly done.
Thank you.
So I know I didn't tell you that I was going to ask this, but are you able to talk about who directed the video. I know I'm throwing this at you last minute here, but are you able to talk about who directed the video?
I can, yes. For Monster in particular, it was directed by someone called Solomon, and he is just, I love him so much. He's such a creative soul. Like, we were going through like boards. I can't remember, like mind boards on like what was going to be before. You know, there was like a wide range of actors involved, lighting, sound. So it was just an incredible project to be involved in. And you know, we did like multiple like calls and stuff, just discussing what we're gonna do. And you know, we filmed it at like night, so we were just joking around with like lights, and it was just such a fun time. But yeah,
it came out beautifully. It came out really, really, really nice. I liked it. I was very impressed. What do you see? Where do you see yourself in the next few years? I know I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this either, but
don't worry.
We're just talking. So here we go. Where do you see yourself in the next few years besides doing a song with me? Because I think we should definitely collab. I really do. Where do you see yourself in the next few years?
I'd have to say that I would definitely be touring more, definitely performing, not just in England, but definitely globally, like I mentioned before. Definitely releasing more singles, maybe another EP, but we'll have to see. But right now, it's just writing, recording, and then later releasing. And music, you know, it's just a journey. And I appreciate all the small victories along the way, and I'm just excited for the future.
Absolutely. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay. You can find me on sophia.anisa.galani on Instagram, sophia.anisa.galani on TikTok as well, or Sophia Galani _music. There is also on YouTube, which is Sophia Galani, and on Facebook, which is Sophia Galani, and Twitter, which is Sophia Galani. Just started that one. But yeah, LED is coming out on the 30th of June, pre-order on the 16th of June.
Beautiful. Everybody go check this girl out. She is just amazing. Check out her stuff all over the board. I know I will be. And thanks again for joining me today on Talk with Shauna. Sophia,
Thank you so much for your
really
support.
enjoyed it. It was such a pleasure. And like I said, I'll be in touch about doing a collab. I would really love to do that. Thanks everyone for watching Talk with Shauna right here on the Fired Up Network, Female Empowerment Movement. And don't forget this. Let the music live through you. Thanks, everyone. Till next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, hello, hello. You haven't seen us in a long time, but the Blaze is back. Yeah. So quick reminder, I am Courtney, the Renaissance Mama, and I've got two very lovely ladies with me here today. Shauna, say hello.
Hi, I'm the host of Talk with Shauna. I'm here on the network and so happy to be here back again.
Awesome. And then I have a new friend here today, Carly. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carly. I'm the owner of Your Beauty Business Academy.
Woo woo!
Welcome,
We are
Carly.
we're so pumped to be back, aren't we, ladies?
We really are. I missed the show. I really did.
Oh,
I'm excited to be here.
We're so excited for you to be here. It's been wild. Let's be honest. It's been like a good almost 6 months. So I don't want to waste everyone's time, but I also feel like there might need to be like a little bit of a recap. Like Shauna, where have you been at? What have you been doing for 6 months?
I know. Well, I've been in the studio. I've been working on doing a couple more tracks on my album. I have one coming out this summer, which I'm really proud of. It's called Reflection. I've also been doing the cover for that as well. And I've been working on a few films, which I can't really say too much about, but I am so glad to be back. And I just can't wait to talk to you guys on a regular basis again. I really am happy to be here again.
Thank you.
For sure. Yeah. Yep.
Carly, what have you been up to?
Oh my goodness, 6 months. I feel like it's just been a blur of like children and new puppy, and my business is like new within the last 6 months. So it's like a whole lot of creating and organizing the chaos.
Oh, I love that. So like nicely put, organizing the chaos.
Yeah.
Yes. Good one.
I had actually, Carly had a big birthday too, but I had a big birthday in February, and it seems like that has just like instigated a year-long celebration. So I actually went on a cruise with my family. Then I went with some friends to Nashville, and I feel like people still are like, "Oh, I heard you had a big birthday," and I'm like, "What the what?" I'm like, "That was February." But if it means more cruises and parties and celebrations, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that was me. That's my birthday. Thanks so much." Like I'm milking it. It's been pretty awesome.
Okay, 40 should be the entire year of celebration.
I know. It really should be. And right now it has been so far. I can't have any complaints. Like people still are like, "Oh yeah, I just heard you had a birthday." And I was like, "What? Oh, yeah, sure."
Like, happy birthday year, girl.
Right? I'll
There you
take it.
go.
If that means the celebrations I've been getting, I will take it all day long.
There you go. There you go.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like some fun 6 months. I think it sounds really good, but I don't know about you ladies, but like I am super pumped for summer.
Yep, I agree with you. Kids sleeping in, sunshine, patios. Yep.
So that's what I thought. I thought today we would just chat about summer.
Yeah, why not? Summer's the best time of the year. I love summer so much. I'm really happy for it too. I can't wait until school is out. Oh my goodness. I think we have 3 more weeks to go.
Oh my goodness.
And just take a few days and just kick back and just enjoy,
I agree. Now, I know everybody's summers are a little bit different, a little bit unique. I know for me, I actually heard this beautiful saying, and I'm probably going to get it wrong, so I'm probably not going to try and say it, but it was like somebody's were saying their podcast, and she was saying that fall was for I totally forget it. It was like winter was like hibernation and like creating, and then spring was transformation, was relaxation. And I was like, yes, please. I try to do my very busy stuff in the fall, in the winter, and the spring. And then the summer, I want to spend time with family and I want to relax. But I know not everybody's summers looks like that. So I kind of wanted to chat with everyone. What does your summers look like? So Shona, what about you? What does your summers look like?
Well, I want to do some good day trips, but I don't want to go too crazy. I want to really just enjoy. I want to just take it easy and enjoy the normal everyday things, just things that are in my area, walking to the park or taking my time to walk to the park, not being rushed, just everything, just more slow motion, that's kind of where I'm at. But I know my daughter is very busy. I have her in a lot of camps this year, but those first couple of days after school is out, there's nothing happening. And I want to milk those days. And that'll definitely keep her busy this year. And I think it's the first year I've had her in 4 different kinds of camps.
Oh,
last year I had her in 1 camp and that was really great. But this year it's like, no, like there's too much time. And it's like 4 weeks right there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I tried some camps last year with my kids for the first time. And this is going to sound so selfish. I was like, I don't think I can do this. Like that means getting up. I got to drive them places. I have to organize picking them up. And they didn't love them.
You have to make lunches.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I'm like, sorry, I want a break from lunches for the whole summer, even though I find that my kids eat like 10 times as much while they're home all day long, especially 3 boys. Like it sucks, but it means I don't need to make lunches. So
there you go. Yeah. I mean, I can see the other side too, let me tell you, because last year when I only had the 1 camp, I was like, when the camp came up, I'm like, I have to do this now. I have to make lunches again now. Like, what is this? Right. But I'm hoping that it'll end up paying off. She'll be busy and, give me a little bit of time to do some things during the day, maybe that I couldn't do otherwise. But I say milk at the time that you don't have to make lunches because sometimes it can be such a headache, right? It's what am I going to feed these people? Are they going to eat it? Are they not? Like what's happening? Yeah. They never eat it at school anyway. I don't think. Well, my daughter doesn't, but.
No, I'm with you. I gave up making lunches and I was like, husband, he doesn't have a name today. His name is husband. This is now your thing or our kids don't eat. Like,
yeah. That's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
I always get my kids, they like that becomes like a chore, and I pay big bucks for it. Like, trust me, I don't want the job. So I was like, I will pay you. And they do it. I'm not even kidding, for like 2 days. And they're like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, so what? Then who's going to make the lunches? And then nobody does. And then I finally have to cave in and make them. Like, they know me so well. They're like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't, like, this job sucks. I'm like, I know it does. I know, but
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Not-
Once in
not
a while, I'll drop her something from outside just to like surprise her, and I'll be like, "You have no excuse now not to eat. Like, there's just no excuse, you know." And they get pretty happy about that. And I leave her little notes, like from mommy.
oh,
Mwah.
you're that cute little mom.
I
like,
don't do it every day
now.
though. I can't do it every day though. I can't. Like, I would not be able to.
No.
It's not enough hours. But once in a while, I will bring something from outside and drop it to the
really
school.
sweet.
That's pretty awesome.
Sometimes I'm sweet.
Once in a while, just
Once
like
in a while. Yeah.
All right. Well, then what is everybody most excited about this summer? Like, does anyone have any like big plans? I know we say we want to relax, but like, Carly, what are you most excited about coming up this summer?
This is the first summer where I'm gonna say I'm not working. So I do hair, like I'm in my salon. So I physically do a job. And then I also have my business, my like academy online.
What?
So I'm not doing hair at all. My last client is the last day. And then I might start back up in September. I told my clients I will. But just like creating the business online, I'm still earning some money. So I'm just gonna chill with my kids, and I have a million camping trips booked,
Nice.
but very like local, because
Mhm.
like you said, Shauna, just kicking around and local things and enjoying the time and relaxing, right? Just taking her easy.
I love that. A side note, what do your clients do all summer? Are they just wearing hats or ponytails? Like, what did you say? Like, good luck. We'll see you in the fall. But
Like, you're on your own. Yeah.
I did. That sounds horrible, but I did. I was like, I won't be offended if you go elsewhere. Or just like, I'll see you in September.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
I
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys feel this, but during the school year, I feel there's just not enough time to enjoy a lot of the little things because you're just rushing, getting to school. And I think, like you said, like, I'm just going to take advantage of those little moments that I can kind of make longer, you know, and enjoy and kind of go, hey, like, it's the morning, like, let's chill, instead of just like boom, 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 rush kind of thing, right? I'm pretty excited actually this summer. I just came out with my new line of merchandise. And so, yeah, and I have clutch bags.
What? I don't know any of this. This
I
is
have
so
clutch-
exciting.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
goodness.
clutch bags are made out of the same design as Prada, the Saffiano design of Prada. And it's in vegan leather. And I'm so excited. So I'm going to be selling those on my website.
Oh my goodness.
shaunammusic.com. And I have a bunch of other things too. Like I have shoes and I have shirts and a bunch of things. So that's one thing I'm really excited about.
Clearly, I'm going to be doing some shopping, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
well, I was
That's my
thinking
near
I should
future.
send you ladies over a few things, you know, that of the stuff that I've got coming out, and you can tell me what you think.
I would love
Yeah.
I want the link. I want the link to see all of this stuff.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's on my website, shaunammusic.com, but I'll send you the link as well to the products. It's all on there in my shop.
Oh my goodness. That is super. That is absolutely amazing. Now I feel kind of bad because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be chilling at the beach. Like that's the most exciting.
You know what though?
thing I'm
That is
doing.
a good thing too. You know, people always think that you have to be going to be accomplishing something, but really relaxing is an accomplishment too, because your body needs that, your brain needs that, right?
It's true. And I really think that's like how I get through like the rest of my year. Cause I'm like, summer's coming. You get to like read more books and like spend time with the kids and just like hang out on the beach all day and, you know, just relax. So I'm definitely most excited about that for sure.
Yep. When you talk about books, a summer in books makes me so excited. During the year, like I call it the work year. I read personal growth books and business books and money books and all of that. And then summer comes, I'm like, give me all the trash. Just love it.
Me too. I am all about it. And it's so funny how quickly I can read them. Whereas like throughout the year, it is like painful sometimes how long I'm like, damn it. And I like the books too. And it's still just, it doesn't fit into my schedule. Like it's really hard for me to do, but summer I'm like just so pumped about it.
Okay, send me your recommendations and I'll send you some too.
Oh, I can definitely do that.
And there's something about reading a book by the water or like out in, you know what I mean? On the beach or like in a hammock or, you know?
Hammock, of course.
Yeah, it's like the perfect scenario.
With your third cup of coffee, still in pajamas.
Yep.
And the coffee's actually warm because you weren't running all over the house for 10 different things and being like, oh, my coffee is cold again. It's actually warm and delicious.
Yeah. Well, Carly, I want to know, you have kids, right? How many kids do you have?
I do. I have 3 boys. So my oldest is 12 and the twins are 10.
Wow.
And then how old's your daughter?
I have one daughter. She's 8.
8?
Yes. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
ages.
So that actually goes perfect into my next question, because I don't know about you ladies, but I sometimes feel like, especially when it hits summertime, and it's a little bit easier because they are getting a little bit older, but do you sometimes feel like you have to be like the coordinator and make sure they have friends and make sure they're having play dates and make sure they have activities? Like, do you feel sometimes your kids' expectations of summer? I find like I'm always trying to balance like what I actually want to do in the summer and then like their version and expectations of summer. Cause they are like, okay, school's out, let's party, let's sleep in, let's, you know, do whatever we want to do. But the reality is sometimes we do have to work or do other things or have other plans. Like I find that's always been a bit of a balance. So I'd love to hear from some other ladies. How do you feel that kind of goes?
Definitely. Carly, do you want to go?
I was going to say take it over because I'm trying to word how to not
Oh, okay, sure.
horrible mother. So
Geez. No. You know what? It's funny. I find last year we didn't really do a whole lot of things scheduled in the summer, and it was great because we felt like we could sleep in, we could just do whatever. But I feel like this year my daughter really wants to do stuff and it's coming from her. So I'm like, okay, I will schedule these things for you, but I'm leaving a few weeks in between so we can have those times where we can sleep in. And so we can kind of have both happening because I really don't know how she's going to react to going to so many camps this year. So I left some time in between. And if it was up to me, I'd just be like, let's just go with no schedule the whole summer. Because sometimes I love no schedule. So but I'm hoping will happen is that we'll be able to balance it that way. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
That's a good balance. No, it does, right? It is though. Yeah. And as they get older and as like they change personalities, like I find you're always like changing it up again. You're like, because I remember when they were young, it was, yes, I was like the mummy show. And we used to do this really cute thing where we'd have a bucket list for the summer and we'd like check off all the things we do. Whereas now it's like, see you later. And they're taking off, which is also something new for me. But I find same thing. Like they used to really like all the camps and now they're kind of like, well, I don't know. Like they don't want to like fully commit because they know like a friend might just call them up or they might want to do this or they might want to do that. So it's always interesting hearing other people. Carly, what about you guys?
Right.
The same. So I have a few things booked, but I think the majority of it, I'm just going to kind of let them do whatever they want. And they're the age now where all their friends from the neighborhood. So we moved out to the country and there's just like a little street of homes. And all these new families have moved in over the last decade with kids the same age as mine. So they're just running back and forth doing their thing. But I'm so grateful I have amazing in-laws and my parents, and they will come pick up my kids. So there's like 2 to 3 days a week where they plan things for my children and they come pick them up and they adventure and then they drop them off.
That's nice.
Amazing.
That's amazing. That is so good. You're lucky to have that. That's great. Yeah.
That's really lucky. Yeah. I feel like I'd have to like plan for my parents or my mom, and then they might cancel, then they might come back. I don't know. It'd get messy. It was definitely not that seamless. So that is very, very nice. Yeah. Do any of you ladies have any favorite summer recipes?
Well,
you both rolled your eyes. You both okay, they can be drink recipes. I'm not saying like go in the kitchen and like make something up.
No, I love the barbecue season because it can be so simple. Just throw some like hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever on the barbecue. Yeah. It's done. I like to do fish tacos in the summer. I really love making those, and that's something that I find easy to do too. And then that's pretty much the simple, easy, like go-to things that I like. Besides that, I don't really want to cook that much. You know?
So true.
Yeah.
What about your go-to summer drink? Now, Courtney, you've put it in my head. I want to know.
Ooh, go-to summer drink. Well, trying to think. I like sangria. I like making sangria. That's fun. Not that that's something that I would normally drink a lot, but I like it in the summer. It's really, really good to drink. I mean, I'm from the East Coast, so like you put any kind of alcohol in front of me and I'm I'm from Nova Scotia originally. So it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah. How about you? What do you like to drink?
I'm a beer drinker.
Mm.
So I'm all about patios and like craft IPAs and like little places. I think since my kids were babies, we'd taken them out to restaurants like once a week. So we just bring them to all these patios and I'll drink a nice like cold craft beer in the sun. And it's just my favorite. But I have like a side note, your fish tacos, do you barbecue your fish?
Sometimes I do. If I'm able to barbecue, I will. If I don't, I have like this grill that I use inside. It's like a George Foreman grill kind of thing. So it'll be like being on the Barbie, but not quite. But I'm obsessed with fish tacos, like obsessed. Like I don't know. It's just something in me. I just love it.
That is so awesome. We are a big corn family. Like when it hits summer, I will stop at random places, all like literally stop the car. We need to grab corn. And I get a lot. And the kids get so mad because I'll buy tons and they're like, or it's the opposite. If I don't buy enough, they'll sit down for dinner. They're like, oh, can I have another cob? Can I not have another one? And then when I buy tons, they're like, I'll have one, please. I'm like, but yeah, corn is a big one in my house. And then I find everyone becomes like a corn connoisseur. Like they're like, this one wasn't as good as the last one. I'm like, sorry, that's how it works. Like me, but
do you roll it in the butter? Like,
Oh yeah. Oh. We got a lot of butter going on when we make our corn. That is for sure. And then for drinks, we have one of those like slushy machines that makes margaritas. And it may happen once in a while. We actually bring an extension cord down to the beach and have the margarita machine working its magic at the beach. That's actually how lazy we are. It's like we don't even want to walk back up to grab the margaritas, that we're like, we'll just put them right here.
Love that. That's giving me ideas, girl. You're giving me ideas. For sure.
That's brilliant. And
I thought so. I mean, it helps. It's a set. When I'm on the beach, I'm settled for the day. My book, my chair, my umbrella, like I'm good to go.
And can you guys turn off? So, like kind of we're talking about summer months come, you just want to relax. Is it easy for you guys? I'm taking over your question.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Is it easy for you guys to like turn that switch? Or while you're relaxing, are you going through the list of things you need to be doing and feeling guilty for relaxing? Does that question make sense?
Yeah. I personally am actually quite good at relaxing if the phone is away. Like if it's gone, then I can't respond to you. I don't know if the message is there. I'm actually like really bad at this when I do get to like the trailer and the cottage and things like that, because the reception isn't great. So I'm like, oh, sorry, didn't get your messages. But like, I literally like leave it at the door and I can relax quite well. Like there's days where I'm like, where did that day go? And I'm like, meh. Whereas if I'm at home, I'm like, okay. Even when I'm supposed to be like relaxing, it's definitely harder at home. So I find if I have a space that in my head means relaxation, then yes, I can turn it off.
Awesome.
I need to agree with you on that. Actually, did you want to say yours, Carly, or should I?
No, I was just curious how you guys do. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. When I'm home, I find it extremely hard to relax because there's so many things to do. Like I make this joke. I'm like, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. Like I can't get out of this place. Like there's so much to do. Like it doesn't end. And so if I'm away from home, that's when I get my break. But at home, I find it very difficult to do it at home. It's just too much. There's always something there waiting for me. So yeah, I always make that joke. Like it's impossible to leave my house. Like it's just impossible. There's too much to do. you know?
I'm stealing that joke from you. I love that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And you, Carly, can you turn it off or how does it go for you?
Yeah, I'm a great relaxer. Like at home, away, it doesn't matter. I can just be like, okay, and now I'm done. But as you said, I have to hide my phone.
Yeah.
So I'll like stick it in my underwear drawer or under my pillow or somewhere. And then I could literally do this and stare at the wall for 8 hours a day and be very content.
Oh, I like it.
That is an awesome thing to be able to do. It really is. I think you need to teach me some more tricks with that. Yeah. You're good.
You won't get much done.
I love that though. That's the whole idea, right? Yeah, for sure.
What is everybody's, and there's probably like a billion, but what is some of like your best memories of the summer, whether it's like as a mom or as a kid even, or just things that you like think about and you're like, oh my gosh, that summer, right? Like, that smell sometimes, or that feeling, like what are some of your favorite memories of summer?
I'm gonna go first if that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Question. When I was little, so growing up from like birth till 20 something, there was about 65, 70 family and close friends, and we would all go to the same campground. So there'd be cottages to rent, trailers, tents, like whatever, and we'd spend a week to 2 weeks there all together. And so say I'm like trying to like get into like a gratitude feeling, I go to that. It just brings so much joy and peace and happiness and excitement, and like I can smell the campfire, I can hear the laughs of like a few certain people, they'd echo through the whole campground, and it was just that's what it was. I was free. It was like I just felt free. Oh yes.
I love that.
That is awesome. That's so awesome. I'm trying to think. Well, as you know, I grew up in Nova Scotia, and so it was all about finding lakes or hidden places, where no one would find it, a hidden lake or whatever. So we'd go to this lake, a dam called Lumsden's Dam. And we would go there every year, and just going there was such an awesome thing. I remember one time bringing my guitar and a bunch of my other friends that play guitar, and it got really dark. And we all just were jamming like right in front of the water on the beach, on the lake. And it was really cool. It was like one of those memories that I'll never forget. And it was right when I finished high school. And so we were all saying goodbye to each other. So it was kind of like this bonding thing, but it was really happy at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of my favorite summer memories.
That's
just being on the water like that,
I'm like, I can see it. Like, I'm like, have I seen that movie? That looked
it was really like a movie. It felt like it. I'm like, we were all jamming. Nobody was off key. Like it was just all working, so that was fun. Yeah.
That's a beautiful memory.
That is.
Thank
really
you.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great.
We have like a family cottage that we don't go to as much to anymore, but I went as a kid all of the time. And just every time I'm there, like I'm always like telling the boys, I'm like, oh, well, when I was little, I did this. And they're so funny because like all those things that in your head when you were a kid, like that was like, we'd walk to the waterfall and it's like literally like a little tiny dribble of water. And I'm like, oh, that's the water. I'm like, oh, and over there, that's the park. And my boys are like, that's a ghetto old one single slide. I'm like, yeah, the park. Like they just think it's hilarious. But to me, I'm like, oh no, then you have to take this path. And we go like, it's just all those like little pieces. So it's so cute because I love bringing the boys there and just like showing them what I did as a kid as well. Of course, they're like, whatever, mom, but it's very special. And just playing like board games and like you said, like campfires and fishing on the dock. Like it's just so cool. So much fun to do those things.
What's cool is that you're making those memories for your kids.
Well, and it's funny because like we go with the boys the weekend almost every weekend to the trailer, and they are so spoiled. Like they love it. It's awesome. They have this freedom that it's just absolutely amazing. But once a year, at least, I make everyone go do the drive, go to the cottage and experience it. And actually the last few years, I've brought my mom, because talking about grandparents, because in my head, I always went to the cottage with my grandma. So now I'm like, Mom, you need to get on board and you got to, right? Like, I was like, no, this is important. And the boys love it. And she loves it too. So yeah, it's really special.
That is. You know what? I really want to take my daughter to Nova Scotia. I've never taken her.
Oh,
I think that if I could try to do that this summer, that might be my trip. You've inspired me, actually. I think I might try to go. But right now, there's the fires happening in Nova Scotia. I'm so upset about.
terrifying.
Fires here. You can smell in Toronto. It's crazy.
I don't even know. Like, to be honest, my kids, the one day were like, oh, these are fires coming from all these places. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. They're like, no, my teacher said so. I'm like, man, they're wrong. I'm like, no, they're right. Like, it is scary. It's really crazy what is happening right now.
Yeah. I know it's terrible. I love the smell of it though, because it does remind me of campfire. I hate to say that, but at the same time, I don't like the fact like where it's coming from. Right. But I really would like to take her. Hopefully they'll get it under control. I think they do have it sort of situated at this point, as far as I've heard, the one in Nova Scotia, but I would love to take my daughter out there. I know one of my best friends just went out there and took her little one out there. So it's like, I want to take my daughter. I think it'd be great, right?
That would be a memory she would always remember for sure. Like,
definitely.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I actually did. Now I'm just like thinking in my head. I did one year, which is so random. I traveled with my mom and someone else. We used to drive out west all the time. So we drove all the way to BC because we had family in BC. So we stopped along the way, did all the stuff. Then I came home, and like a week later, I went with my aunt and my cousin out east. So in one summer, I drove, well, I didn't drive. I was young. I just hopped in the car and went across Canada. I went almost everywhere in one summer. I think I didn't get to Newfoundland, but everywhere else I stopped by, or I didn't go, obviously. North, but isn't that crazy?
Did you go to Nova Scotia, or was it?
Did. I went to Nova Scotia. We went to PEI. We went to New Brunswick. We just didn't go to Newfoundland.
Right.
When was the last time you were in Nova Scotia?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. It's been 10 years for me that I have not been back. Isn't that crazy? 10 years.
But how quick is that, right? Like,
it goes fast. Like, I mean, I had my daughter's 8, right? So it was a few years before my daughter was born. And now I'm going, okay, I need to take my daughter. I need to show her these things, because she asks about it all the time, and I go online and show her, but
she would I can't.
Yeah.
You know more than anyone, but like,
yeah.
It's such a good,
definitely. Yeah.
Hard to get out when you're stuck in the Bermuda Triangle.
It is. You're right. I can't even leave my house. How am I supposed to get to Nova Scotia? What? It's true though. I always make that joke. Always.
I love it.
That, and I'm a Hulk. I try to lift things. I think I can lift things that I can't lift, like around my house. And then like 2 weeks later, I can't move my shoulders. And I'm like, that probably wasn't a good idea. But I felt like I could do it,
I love that. It's like a great self-image. You're like, I'm strong.
Yeah. I'm a Hulk in a Bermuda Triangle. That's what I am.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, we're almost done for the day, but I have one quick question before we all say our goodbyes. And I'm wondering what your summer fashion looks like. Do you have some favorite outfits? Are you like comfy clothes? I know for me, I am like the queen of summer dresses, but not because they're like dressy. It's because they are just so airy and flowy. Like, I feel bad that men don't wear beautiful summer dresses and maxi dresses all along, because they are so comfy. I am like, I can sweat in them. I feel good. And I'm like, yeah, summer dresses. Like, that is my jam all summer long.
Definitely. I like that too. I like sundresses with like a little short underneath, or like, because you can just throw that thing on and you're just, it's one outfit. Yeah. And also like short sets, like, the onesie short sets or whatever. Oh yeah. I like that too. It's all one outfit as well. So it's like perfect, right? Yeah. But there you go. Yeah.
I agree with you guys. Dresses are the best. Like, whenever there's like, I don't want anything around my belly. And so I don't know, is this like a PG television show? I love wearing dresses in the summer because I don't wear underwear. So like, I don't have boobs, so I don't have to wear a bra. And I don't wear underwear because it's hot and sweaty and gross. So the breeze comes through. Oh, yeah. So I was pumping gas once, and it was a little bit windy, and my entire dress blew over my head, and I was just butt naked at the gas tank, and I pulled it back down, and some old man was like,
oh my goodness. That was like a Marilyn moment.
That
was
was.
Maryland times 20 million bajillion.
Like a
There you
little
go.
bird, Marilyn.
You're like, oh, manhole. Can you imagine?
With my gas hose. Just
That old man was so happy. That's his favorite summer memory. If he's on the show and I asked him, what's your favorite summer memory? That is what he's telling me. He's like, this one day, and he's going to share it. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Awesome. I love that.
I have to say, this has been amazing. I am so excited. The Blaze is back. We don't know if we're going to be back every week or maybe every 2 weeks, but we 100% are not waiting 6 months to do this again. Like that is definitely not happening. I cannot wait to chat with you again. But before we go, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you. Where's the best place to find you guys, especially with all these fun things happening? I mean, don't expect to get your hair cut though, Carly's, because she's out for the summer. She's off, but she has some other stuff going on. Shauna, you got some exciting stuff going on. Shauna, where can everyone find you?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Shauna Brown Music 111. You can go to my website, shaunamusic.com, where I've got my merchandise on there as well. You can find me Shauna Brown on LinkedIn, Twitter, all of the platforms. It's under Shauna Brown. And I can't wait to hear from all of you. And I'm glad to be back on the Blaze. Yep.
Carly, where can they find you?
Shauna, I'm going to be creeping you on everything.
Girl.
I totally thought you were going to say you can find me at shaunabrown.com. I'm like,
no, save me from the Bermuda Triangle, Carly.
I'm coming for you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. This was so much fun. If anybody wants to find me, Carly and more. There's dots all in between those on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. It's all like carly.and.more or just yourbeautybusinessacademy.com.
Yeah. And then you can find me on Instagram at Courtney Renaissance Mama or therenaissancemama.com. And we're just so excited to be back. The Blaze is here. The ladies are here. And we can't wait to spend summer with you guys too. So we'll see you later. Bye.